Sigma females are known for their deep thinking, independence, and refusal to follow the crowd. They often stand out because they don't fit into social norms. They are quiet but powerful, private but strong, and deeply focused on their own path. But what if the reason they feel so different isn't just personality? It's how their brain works. Neurodivergence means someone's brain functions in a way that's different from what society calls normal. It can include things like ADHD, autism, sensory processing differences, or unique ways of learning and thinking. It's not a weakness, it's just a different wiring. And many women don't even know they're neurodivergent until later in life. What's surprising is how closely the behavior of Sigma females lines up with many traits of neurodivergence. Because Sigma females already reject social pressure and avoid group thinking, they often go unnoticed. Their habits seem like personal choices, but sometimes they're actually signs of something deeper. This video will explore 6 signs that show why many Sigma females may actually be neurodivergent. These signs aren't meant to label anyone or replace a diagnosis, but they can help explain why certain patterns show up in their lives again and again. Let's begin with the first sign. Sign number 1. Intense focus or hyperfocus on interests. Sigma. Females are naturally curious, but their focus often goes beyond regular interest. When something grabs their attention, they can dive into it for hours, forgetting time, sleep, or even food. They don't just read about a topic, they study it, break it down, and explore it in layers. This kind of mental focus isn't just passion, it can be a sign of neurodivergence. In many neurodivergent people, especially those with ADHD or autism, hyperfocus is common. It's not about trying hard. It's about being mentally pulled into a subject so deeply that the outside world fades. A Sigma female might spend days researching a topic, mastering a skill, or building something from scratch just because it matters to her. This deep dive focus can make her seem intense or obsessive to others. But to her it feels natural. She's not doing it to impress anyone. She's doing it because her brain is wired to go deep instead of wide. This can also mean she has trouble switching tasks. If she's locked into something she enjoys, pulling away can feel physically uncomfortable. On the other hand, if she's uninterested in something, she may completely shut down and avoid it. Her intense focus often leads to mastery. She becomes the go-to expert in very specific things. But this also means she can struggle with balance. She may forget appointments, skip meals, or ignore texts while locked into her focus zone. This isn't laziness or rudeness, it's how her brain works. And it's a big sign that her independence and deep thinking may actually be part of a neurodivergent brain. Sign number 2. Social discomfort or preference for minimal social interaction. Sigma females are often seen as loners. They don't crave attention or big social circles. They avoid small talk and hate shallow conversations. While some think this is just part of being introverted, it often goes much deeper. Many neurodivergent people feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable in social situations. The rules of interaction, eye contact, tone of voice, timing, can feel confusing or tiring. They may not understand jokes, group dynamics, or hidden meanings behind words. For a Sigma female, these settings can feel fake, noisy, or emotionally draining. She often chooses solitude, not because she's cold, but because social spaces feel too loud or chaotic. Her brain might pick up too much information at once: body language, background noise, lighting, and emotional vibes. That overload leads her to stay away, recharge alone, and protect her peace. This social discomfort shows up in many ways. She might avoid phone calls, cancel plans last minute, or need a full day to recover after spending time with people. She prefers one-on-one talks over group settings. She enjoys control over when and how she connects with others. And when she does speak, she's often direct. Neurodivergent communication tends to be honest, blunt, or factual. This can come off as cold, but it's just how her mind processes things. She speaks with clarity, not game. Because she's smart and observant, she often hides her discomfort. She may learn to fake social behavior when needed. But deep down, she feels safest when alone or with someone who truly understands her. Her social patterns aren't just personality. They often show signs of a neurodivergent experience. Sign number 3, sensory sensitivities or overload. Sigma. Females often notice things other people ignore. They might get irritated by strong smells, loud noises, bright lights, or rough fabrics. Crowded places might feel like too much. Even strong emotions from others can feel overwhelming. These reactions can all be signs of sensory sensitivity, a common trait among neurodivergent people. To most people, a flickering light or a buzzing fan is just background noise. To a Sigma female with sensory sensitivity, it's distracting, annoying, or even painful. She might avoid certain places because of the way they feel. She chooses her clothes carefully, picks quiet restaurants, and avoids events that are too loud or bright. These aren't preferences. They're responses to how her brain processes input. When too many things are happening at once, she can feel overwhelmed. That might look like irritability, shutting down, or needing to escape suddenly. She's not being dramatic. Her brain is trying to protect itself from overload. Even touch can feel different. Some Sigma females don't like to be hugged without warning. Others need extra space in crowded rooms. They might hate tight clothes, itchy tags, or rough blankets. These reactions can confuse people who don't understand them. She may also be sensitive to emotional energy. Being around negative or anxious people can drain her fast. She might not be able to explain why she needs to leave a room, but her body tells her it's too much. This sensitivity often makes her seek out peace and calm. She builds her environment carefully, picking colors, sounds, and textures that soothe her. To others, it might look like she's picky. But in truth, she's avoiding sensory pain. All of this points to a brain that processes the world in a unique way. It's not weakness, it's sensitivity turned into survival. And it's another powerful sign of neurodivergence. Sign number 4, need for routine and resistance to change. Sigma females value control over their time and space. They often build routines that feel safe and predictable. This helps them stay calm and focused. But when those routines are broken, they may feel stressed, thrown off, or even angry. This strong need for routine is a clear sign of neurodivergent wiring. Change brings stress. A cancelled plan, a new work process, or a sudden visitor can feel like chaos. While others may go with the flow, a Sigma female might freeze or panic. It's not because she's rigid, it's because her brain depends on structure to feel safe. Routines help her manage energy. She knows when to work, rest, eat, and think. She builds habits that remove the need to make too many decisions. When those habits get disrupted, it can feel like her whole day falls apart. Even small changes can be hard. A new shampoo, a different chair, or a changed app layout might bother her more than most people. She may not complain out loud, but inside it creates stress. Her resistance to change doesn't mean she can't grow. It means she needs time to adjust. She wants to understand new things fully before she can accept them. Sudden shifts feel like a threat to her sense of balance. This love for routine is one reason she might avoid chaotic environments. She thrives in spaces she can control. That's why she builds a life on her terms, so she doesn't have to deal with constant surprises. Many neurodivergent people feel the same way. They rely on systems to stay focused and calm. What looks like control issues to outsiders is really a way to protect peace. Her routines are more than habits. They are lifelines. Sign number 5, difficulty with executive functions, organization, planning, time. Sigma females are deep thinkers, but sometimes they struggle with tasks that seem simple to others. Things like starting a project, finishing it, keeping track of time, or staying organized. This is often called executive dysfunction, and it's common in many forms of neurodivergence. She might forget to pay a bill, miss an appointment, or lose track of what she was doing. It's not because she doesn't care. It's because her brain has a hard time managing details, especially when overwhelmed or bored. Starting a task can feel like climbing a mountain. Even something small, like replying to a message, might take hours or days. Once she's in motion, she can work for hours. But getting started is the hard part. Planning can also be tricky. She may have great ideas but struggle to organize them. She writes lists, makes notes, sets reminders, but still misses deadlines. This isn't laziness. It's mental overload. Time blindness is another challenge. She may underestimate how long something takes or completely lose track of time. She might feel like only 10 minutes have passed when it's been an hour. These patterns are frustrating. She knows she's smart. She knows she's capable. But her brain doesn't always cooperate. That inner conflict between what she can do and what she actually gets done can lead to guilt, shame, or burnout. Many neurodivergent people face this. Their minds move fast, but their systems for staying on track are shaky. That's why tools like planners, alarms, and routines help, but only to a point. When a Sigma female struggles with executive function, it doesn't mean she's broken. It means her brain is wired to think big, but sometimes it needs extra help getting the small things done. Sign number 6, masking or hiding, true self behavior. Sigma. Females often feel like they live in two worlds. On the outside, they may appear calm, focused, and in control. But inside, they're constantly adjusting, watching, and managing to how others see them. This hidden effort is called masking, and it's one of the strongest signs of neurodivergence, especially in women. Masking means pretending to be more normal than you feel. It means smiling when you're uncomfortable, making eye contact when it feels wrong, or copying social behavior to blend in. For the Sigma female, this becomes second nature. She learns how to move through society without showing how different she really is. As a child, she may have been called too quiet, too intense, or too sensitive, so she learned to hide her natural traits. She learned to watch what others did and copy just enough to fit in. Over time, this became a mask she wears every day. But masking comes with a cost. It drains her energy. After social situations, she may crash, exhausted from acting normal for hours. She may feel fake or disconnected from herself. Sometimes, she doesn't even know who she is underneath the mask. This hiding is especially common among neurodivergent women, who are often overlooked or misdiagnosed. They appear to function well, but inside, they're managing high levels of stress just to seem fine. Sigma females hide it well, but that doesn't mean they're not struggling. The need to mask is often tied to shame or fear. The fear of being judged, misunderstood, or rejected. So she keeps quiet. She blends in. She only shows her true self to a small, trusted few. But that hidden self is real. It's smart, unique, and deeply aware. When she starts to unmask and accept her differences, she begins to heal. She stops apologizing for who she is. Masking is not weakness. It's survival. But when the Sigma female realizes she doesn't have to hide anymore, her real power begins to shine. Sigma females are different for a reason. Their deep thinking, sharp instincts, and quiet strength are more than personality. They may be signs of a neurodivergent mind. If these signs felt familiar, you're not alone. You don't need a label to honor your truth. Just awareness, acceptance, and space to be exactly who you are. Let us know which sign surprised you the most.